Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
And I'm Dave.
And this week we're discussing the episode Dead End. This episode originally aired April 24th, 2001, attracting approximately 4.4 million viewers. So they recovered from the previous week.
Yay! Stuff wasn't really going on television at the time.
I don't know what would have made them drop like 800,000 viewers. Anyway, for video games this week, we only have two, and they're both games I've never heard of, but apparently they're notable.
Mm-hmm.
So, there was a game on the PS2 on April 30th called The Adventures of The Adventures of Cookie and Cream.
Oh my gosh!
Do you actually know this game?
Only vaguely. There's a particular person on YouTube that randomly goes through particular games that he's played in the past, and it's mildly neat. Two-player style game, platformer sort of style.
Wait, this is a FromSoft game.
Yeah, and around that time when they first started.
Huh. Oh, what do you know? The other game that came out this week on the same day on the Dreamcast is a game called Mars Matrix Hyper Solid Shooting. Looks like it's an arcade game that got ported to the Dreamcast.
Suppose it needs.
But not a whole lot for video games this week. Although next week we'll make up for it with only two games. Because there are two bangers. Number one song in America this week. Any guesses?
Let's see. Despite what you said last week, I'm not sure if it was a case of it changed from something else from that, or I have it confused with movies. Yeah, I don't know. I can't specifically remember it, so I'm not sure if it was super notable from the last week to stick around.
It is still All For You by Janet Jackson.
Right, Janet Jackson. It is a person, and it does have the amount of popularity.
And I'm just going to tell you that song's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Apparently it was very popular in 2001. And finally, the number one movie in America this week. Any guesses?
So with this, Yeah, I'm trying to think of the one particular one that we missed out on that was supposedly popular at the time, but what could supposedly top it after the last one?
So last week was Bridget Jones's Diary, and I said that it would then be dethroned by better movies. That does not include this film.
Sadness.
Because this was not a good movie. However, grossing $12.17 million this weekend is a film called Driven. Have you ever heard of this film?
Oh God. It's causing some mental gymnastics inside my brain because I'm getting it confused with about 372 different things.
It's a car racing film written and starring Sylvester Stallone. Which, that's not a bad thing, because he has written good movies.
Nah.
This is not one of them.
Mild sadness, because he was in that one other particular driving film that I can't remember the title of.
No idea. But this, yeah, it's bad apparently. I've never actually seen it, but it is not Sly's finest hour. Let's just say, because, it's not a good film. Anyway, on to the episode. Okay, so Lindsay McDonald wakes up and goes about his daily routine of washing and fixing his prosthetic arm and getting ready for work. As he removes a shirt with a pre-knotted tie from his wardrobe, he looks forlornly at his guitar, which he's no longer able to play.
So the mild case of, haha, you lost your hand.
Yeah, it kind of got the old chopped off deal. Meanwhile, a man and his family go about their morning business before the wife and kids rush off for their destinations. The man follows moments later, but nonchalantly picks up a large kitchen knife and blood starts flowing because he popped his eye out.
You know, as you do on the regular sort of day.
Yeah, every Thursday morning. Cordelia gets a nasty vision about the man that sends her flying about the hotel, landing on the floor in tears. As she recovers, she says that she saw a man who stabbed himself in the eye. The guy split up to call hospitals, check out the morgues, and hit the streets for information on the guy from Cordy's vision. Lindsay and Lila speak with their new boss, Nathan Reed, about their upcoming reevaluation. Later, Nathan privately tells Lindsay that he has made a surprise doctor's appointment for him at the Fairfield Clinic. Lindsay learns that the doctor that Wolfram and Hart have arranged for him to get a hand transplant. During the procedure, a Pokla demon is brought in to perform a brief ritual and complete the attachment of the hand to Lindsay, leaving only a faint outline of a scar as evidence that the hand had not originally been Lindsay's. And that scar will switch wrists multiple times throughout the episode, depending on what's convenient.
Yeah, once we get to that discussion, I'm going to have some questions here. Like,
There's a couple of times I noticed where it's like, that was not the same hand that you had cut off, sir. The next day, Lindsay wakes up and goes through his morning routine, this time with the benefits of having a new hand. While getting ready, he notices a guitar again, but this time picks it up and plays it. And this is super weird, because they always are doing either really far away shots, or they're super tight in. So it feels like, in this scene, he's not actually playing the guitar. Because it's always a close-up on the hand, and you could fake that with someone else. Or it's far enough away that he could be faking playing it. But later on, we find he actually is playing the guitar.
Yeah. It's a bit of one of those particular cases. I'm not sure if it was a case of they specifically wanted him to play something, or the case of just with how the sound and whatnot would work, if having a pre-recording would just be better to use, or actually having the sound and whatnot. In the performance scene afterwards, it worked a little bit better just for how the scene was. But I think just with the bit of constraints they had to work with, it was probably the best method, though. Just with the one scene within the bedroom, it was weird.
Yeah, the way that was shot was really weird. I don't... Whatever. And plays his guitar again, but this time picks up and plays. Later at the office, Lila noticed Lindsay's new hand, how could you not? And grows very nervous about her job, since Wolfram and Hart spent so much money on her partner. While the two lawyers meet with a client, Lindsay's new hand repeatedly writes the word kill on a legal pad without Lindsay being aware of it. And seemingly despite Lindsay wanting to write other things. At the office, Angel has a wide assortment of food delivered. Well, it's really all just basically sandwiches. And some soup and salad.
Yeah.
This looked like a pretty damn good lunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will have all of that, thank you. Actually, not the ham. You can keep the ham, but the rest of it I'll take. Assortment delivered for lunch for Cordelia, but didn't want to bother her by asking her what she wanted. She appreciates it and as she leaves, she remembers from her vision that the man was happy about his eye before having stabbed it, because it was new. Lindsay and Gunn discover the identity of the man, Joseph Kramer. He and his family have all suddenly disappeared, with the explanation that he was suddenly transferred overseas and his house has been emptied and scrubbed. Having reached a dead end, the gang is forced to go to Lauren's bar. On stage, they are shocked and impressed to find Lindsay singing and playing guitar actually quite well, although Angel is trying to pick faults with it very childishly, and it's quite funny.
Yeah, just a bit.
Lauren informs them that Lindsay and Angel need to work together to solve the case, but Angel and Lindsay are completely opposed to the idea.
You know, as they would be.
Because of course they are, yeah, exactly. Lindsay storms out as Angel tells the team that they've gotten a new lead, the fingerprints of the new hand that were left on the glass, because Lindsay had a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Based on the fact that Lindsay got a new hand and Kramer a new eye, it's concluded that somewhere body transplants are being done and causing some kind of demonic problems at Wolfram and Hart. Lindsay sneaks into Nathan's office and looks up information on the Fairfield Clinic, which is where he got the transplant. He later spots Delilah stealing files. Angel hires a private detective with a friend on the force, much to the chagrin of others, who traces the fingerprints to Bradley Scott, a former employee of Wolfram and Hart who went to prison for embezzlement, and after serving his sentence, reported to his parole officer once before vanishing. Lindsay visits Scott's parole officer to get information about the clinic, but the man gets violent. When Lindsay doesn't know the code, before the man can shoot Lindsay in the head, Angel arrives and saves him. Holding the officer by a rope around his neck, Angel demands information.
You know, as he does in the one way, and then the other way.
Wesley and Gunn worry about Cordelia as she seems to be suffering from the visions as long as the problem remains. Angel and Lindsay head for a building as Angel confirms their location with a parole officer tied up in the trunk. Angel and Lindsay take care of the security guards inside. They then head downstairs through a trap door to the place where the body parts are harvested. The room is full of people held awake but immobile in upright glass cases. Most of the people are missing some body parts. Lindsay spots Bradley Scott and asks who Scott wants to kill. Scott's answer, me, kill me. Angel lets Lindsay decide what to do about Scott, while he frees all the others from their glass prisons. Angel cranks up all the oxygen tanks and blows the place up. Back at the hotel, the gang asks Cordelia how she is doing, and she admits that the visions are starting to get more painful, but accepts it as part of the job. Although we hear from Wesley that really these visions aren't meant for humans, so they might be kind of fucking her up. Because, Doyle was absolutely part demon, which is why he was able to resist or handle them better. Back at Wolfram and Hart the next day, a meeting is called to announce to Lindsay and Lila that they've made a decision about who to promote and who to terminate. Nathan starts to give Lila empty platitudes, causing her to start and freak out knowing that they have decided to choose Lindsay. But before she can reach into her bag, Lindsay interrupts her, telling her that she doesn't have what he has, an evil hand. He then takes advantage of the evil hand to punch out and shoot a security guard in the foot before firing shots in Nathan's direction. He thanks Nathan for choosing him, but tells him that he should pick Lila instead. As she has enough secret files on everyone in the room to destroy them if the senior partners got a hold of them. She has proven herself to be intelligent, conniving, and ruthless, the perfect Wolfram and Hart employee. Lindsay then announces that he's leaving and invites the firm to chase him, but if they want, but reminds him of his evil hand. As Lindsay leaves, he sincerely wishes Lila good luck in her new job before copping a feel as he goes past, blaming his evil hand, of course. Nathan amends the minutes of the meeting to reflect Lila's promotion instead. Lila is in shock at the fact that her longtime rival just saved her life. Lindsay packs up his belongings in his truck, which is a really nice truck. If you just fixed it up,
yeah, it's
quite nice. He encounters Angel outside by his truck and reluctantly talks to him, telling Angel he's leaving LA for good. We'll see. Lindsay also gives Angel advice for fighting Wolfram and Hart. Don't play their game, make them play yours. Angel sees his old rival off, but not before getting a final dig at him. He secretly sticks a sign on the back of Lindsay's truck, bearing the words, "Cops suck." The episode ends with Angel standing in the street smirking. So that is Dead End. What did you think of this episode, Dave?
On the whole, it's definitely an improvement from the last episode. Just with... Again, I think with both of these, they're kind of just... Not too much within the story of everything, just kind of fillers to kind of fill in the season with things that were going on, but just to add to the characters for those sorts of cases. And especially with this one, gives a bit more story with Lindsay and just... Oh, there were just a couple of moments that were so good. Other moments just... thing with Angel and Lindsay just says, "God damn it, just punch each other in the face and get over it."
They are fun characters to put together because they have really good chemistry.
Yes, true, but still, just... the boys being boys and having to argue with that sort of thing can get annoying sometimes if it's not done right in my case.
Yeah, I quite enjoy this episode. Having them team up is quite a bit of fun. And yeah, it was good. It was a pretty damn good time. Anyway, so let us move on to some international titles for this episode. Now, unfortunately, one of them, French specifically, is just Dead End.
Yeah.
However, In German, it translates as the Hand of Evil, which, it's certainly something.
It's there, but I'm pretty sure about the 370 other titles that have most likely used that are far more apt in their titling.
Yes. Now, for next week, we are moving on to an episode called Belonging. Okay. This is going to be good. Okay. So we're going to have a dimensional portal open at Lauren's karaoke bar.
I'm sorry, what?
A dimensional portal is going to open up at the karaoke bar, depositing a nasty Droken demon, bringing the shaken host to Angel and company for help killing it. Meanwhile, a vision by Cordelia leads them to a library to investigate the disappearance of a woman. And another portal opens, and a warrior demon named Landok from Lauren's dimension emerges and agrees to help Angel track down the Droken demon.
Okay.
I'm just going to warn you, we're going very quickly. We're going to go see Lauren's dimension, where he comes from.
Neat.
They're going on an adventure, and it's is it going to be good?
Duly noted.
And we're going to meet a new character soon. We're going to meet Fred. That's not a spoiler, trust me.
Alrighties.
And just so you know, we will get Lindsay back, but it will not be for a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while, actually. Alrighty, so did you have anything else to add, David?
No, I think just the one comment that we're getting near the end of season 2.
Yes. The last 4 episodes are basically one big story arc, if my memory serves, and it will be quite good. So until next time, I'm Paul.
And I'm Dave.